Hi folks, we are live on the webinar, Full-Time Mom Part 2. It is 8 p.m. sharp in the UK. We've got a few more people signing in, so I'd love to see who's online so far. Welcome Amber, Belinda, Damari, Ellen in Belgium, Harriet in London, Heather, my precious friend in South Africa, Jessica, Kathleen Parrish. If you are Carissa's mom, I love you. If that's who you are, she's an awesome woman. Melissa Sykes, very, very special woman in our lives. Welcome, Melissa. Lynn Reynolds, thank you so much for signing in, Lynn. Sabina from Finland, welcome, Sabina, a very good friend of Crystal's, welcome. Sharona Lewis, who is going through a massive transformation with her personal style, welcome, Sharona. Sonia Ferguson, my beautiful friend of many, many years from South Africa, who is in the UK. Good to see you online, my friend. I miss you. Tammy Zapier, who has just joined the amazing DannyJohnson.com team in Texas. Tammy, I hope that you have had an awesome move. All things are going well. Tammy and I are working together on her makeover, so look out for some awesome stories coming out of there. Wendy White, welcome. There's a lot of activity going on here, so I'm going to give it another 30 seconds, folks. If you want to send me a question before we get started, now's the time. We're not going to be doing a Q&A at the end. I've got a couple of other amazing things for you, but I can see the message board. So here's a couple of technical things that I want to cover with you quickly. What you should be seeing on camera at the moment is a screen that shows me and a screen that shows a slide with the LindaPaige logo and 4 gorgeous women on the front. You can decide which screen you want bigger or smaller just by clicking on the screen. One will be big in the main center of your whatever you're using, your handheld device or your desktop, and the other will be on the side. The other thing is if you want to enlarge the view that you've got currently, look for the top right-hand enlarge screen icon, which is where you enlarge the view, making sure that nothing else takes up your screen space. And then when I click on, sometimes I'm going to take the view of me away so you can see the slides, because we have a very visual, very visually powerful, very visually driven webinar. So sometimes I'm going to remove the camera off me and I'm going to show you the slides only, and vice versa. And then if you have, if you want to ask any questions, I've got everyone on mute, but if you want to ask questions, then you will see there is a text box option on the right-hand side. You should see a red arrow to open or close that text box. That's when you can chat with us. That's where you can send in messages. We've got some more people signing up. That's awesome. That's amazing. Belinda Pierce, so good to see you again. Ellen Miller. Alma Petrovska, so good to see you. Really nice meeting you online recently. Okay, folks. So we're going to get started. We want to honor the people who are on time. On this Sunday, on your personal family time, so we are going to get going. Okay, so welcome to part 2 of the Fabulous Full-Time Mom here with LindaPaige. We have had the most incredible stories and feedback pouring in the last month since our first part 1 of the Full-Time Mom. I hope that you've been seeing all the practical style and wardrobe posts we've been putting out on Facebook and on social media, on Instagram. We're mainly working with Facebook right now. We're getting up to speed. This dinosaur is getting up to speed with Instagram and with Twitter and Pinterest. But you'll find everything you need on our Facebook page, LindaPaige, and then also www.lindapaige.com. And this has not just been impacting full-time moms. Thank you so much to the non-moms and the singles and the unmarrieds and the divorced women whose kids are all grown up. There has been some amazing feedback. So welcome. If this is your first time, my name is Linda. I'm the founder and managing director of LindaPaige, which is a childhood dream come true. And how that happened is as follows. 3 years ago, I was a wreck. My life was an absolute mess. I had probably the most toxic marriage that I can think of. I was the best bad wife that I had come across in a long time. My marriage was 13 years of absolute hell. We were absolutely sinking in quicksand of debt. We had over $250,000 in debt, which caused so much financial pressure for us, as you can imagine. And I was a guilty absent mom. I was completely wrapped up in my business identity, having worked all over the world for 24 years. And I was a totally committed shopaholic. Then a friend of mine, Richard, who actually even wasn't a very good friend at the time, I kind of knew him, at church, and he persisted for 13 months to get me to attend a business seminar called First Steps to Success, taking place in February 2013 in London. So for 13 months, I said to him, dude, I literally said to him, I don't have time for that. I'm busy fighting fires. I was facing my second divorce. We were about to separate. Things were going downhill fast. We had been embezzled. It was my 40th birthday, my 10-year anniversary, and we were embezzled, not for the first time, and we lost everything again. So my life was a wreck. After attending First Steps to Success, which is run by an organization called DannyJohnson.com. I know that some of you have heard me singing this from the rooftops till the day I die, and afterwards I am going to be shouting this from the rooftops because it totally transformed my life in every single area. As a result of attending the events, getting her products and applying and just following directions, we have paid off $260,000. We are, as of today, debt-free. On my 44th birthday, on the 10th of May 2016, our last transfer went through for the debt that we had, and we are completely debt-free. My marriage has been transformed completely from what was a penalty contract environment to a covenant with God. We are learning how to walk out our marriage step by step, the way that it was designed for us, as a blessing. So my marriage is completely transformed. If you are in that place or you know someone who is, please share results. Please connect them with me. There are women and men out there suffering, and if I really believe that if Jan and I can get it right, then anyone can get it right. We are feisty, driven, competitive, opinionated people, and if we can follow a recipe and be restored, then so can they. One of the biggest things that happened was I was promoted to full-time mom as a result of this leadership training environment, and boy, that was a shock to my system. That is actually partly responsible for this full-time mom webinar, which is all about, hang on a second, what does the world think about the full-time webinar, the full-time mom, and actually, what does the full-time mom do? But I also was completely rehabilitated as a shopaholic. So much has happened. That was just in 3 years, which is why I keep going back. My husband and I are going to San Diego on Thursday to attend our 21st event with DannyJohnson.com. I encourage you to just plug in DannyJohnson.com. There are replay events happening right now in August in New Zealand. I don't know what the dates are, but if you know anyone in New Zealand, family or friends, the 9th to 11th of September, we are so excited. Our friends in South Africa are going to be able to attend a replay event of First Steps to Success. It's posted all over my Facebook personal page, LindaPaige. And then there is also happening in October, the first weekend in October is another London replay. I go to the live events and to the replay events. They are crazy value. Okay, so as a result of all of that, my vision for LindaPaige is that women all over the world are dressing up and looking beautiful and loving themselves. We're going to talk about this tonight, and loving others. So we look beautiful, we dress beautiful, we have the confidence and the tools, because as I've said many times before, style is just a skill. And if you are prepared to invest the time, the money, and the effort, then you too can be a style guru. It's absolutely no different than learning a sport or how to play the guitar or learning a new skill. But if you invest the time, the money, and the effort, then you can be an absolute style guru. And on the topic of money, another major decision that we've taken with LindaPaige is that this might sound crazy to you. We are people who, my husband and I, have always tithed. We believe in giving the top 10% of all of our income to, God says, help my people, feed the poor, the orphans and the widows. They need us. And so, decision in 2013, 3 years before I launched this business, that I'm going to flip that on its head. So, two things. For the whole of 2013, for 1 year, April 2013 to April 2016 to April 2017, I am investing everything, all my time, webinars, independent image consultations, everything for free. I'm not charging a single thing. That was my coach and mentor's advice, and I'm just following her advice. And the second thing is, when we start charging, as of middle of next year, 90% of our turnover, of the profit. My husband is sitting here because he's my handsome IT guru. You'll see him at the end. 90% of, I failed high school math, okay? So bear with me. I'm still learning these things. So 90% of our profit is going to go to an organization called King's Ransom, which is the only charity in the world that we know of where 100% of our money actually reaches the poor and the sick and the elderly and the widows and the orphans. And this is a Destiny Global, DannyJohnson.com affiliated organization. So these are people that we trust, these are people that we know. So 90% of our money is going to go away to them, and I'm going to keep 10% because I know that God's hand is on this business, and so we're excited. So I wanted to share that with you. So from a personal perspective, when it comes to shopping and personal style and looking and feeling good, I had my first drink at the age of 3. I had my first cigarette at the age of 4. I was raised by 7 different people between the ages of 4 and 12. So suffice it to say, there was a lot of abuse and trauma, and I got used to, I became very good at ducking vodka bottles and questions of the heart about how I felt. I became very wrapped up in, by the age of 17, I decided I'm going to show the world that I can make it, and I went out being very competitive, very ambitious, but completely broken inside. I had what was on the outside, what looked like a very successful, thriving career. I was the highest paid, I was often headhunted internationally and locally, but I was absolutely broken inside. But when it comes to self-loathing and body image and seeing nothing but ugly in the mirror, I know what that feels like. And so what we are going to do tonight is we're putting a stop to that. We launched an edification campaign in April. If you've joined us from April, thank you so much. There are so many of you who have been encouraging and steadfast and plugging into our posts and sending in questions and photos and working on your personal transformation as far as style goes and attending our webinars. Thank you. And we launched an edification program about going out there and being women who complement other women. And now it's time to launch something called I Love My Body. We're going to be talking a little bit about that a bit later on, but it's time for us to start loving our bodies, because we cannot love well if we don't love ourselves. Okay, more on that a little bit more. So I did mention before this event that I'm going to give you a heads up at the end of the webinar on a competition that I am, for the first time ever, giving my cash away. Now, if you know me, then you know that, yes, I'm a rehabilitated shopaholic, thanks to something called War on Debt with DannyJohnson.com. Again, if I can do it, anybody can do it. But my £100, it's about $130 a month, is something that I really enjoy. It's my shopping money. It's what I get to reward myself with for learning every day and being in a daily boot camp of evolving and growing and investing and doing all kinds of things. So I'm going to be giving that money away, and I'm going to be telling you, because you're on the webinar, you've made the time and the effort to attend this event, I'm going to be giving you a head start to the world out there. We're going to be posting that in a few days' time. So stay on with us until the end. Okay, and there's a couple of bonuses at the end as well. So back to the fabulous full-time mom. What does the world think of the full-time mom? Probably someone who is a stay-at-home mom is someone who is in her tacky-tracky. We've had women all over the place getting rid of their shoes, burning some of their holy shoes, getting rid of their tacky-trackies. They always are in messy buns and the yoga pants and a t-shirt, no makeup, ordering takeout, house in a mess. That is the world's view of what the full-time mom is. And about 6 years ago, I shared this in the last couple of webinars. About 6 or 7 years ago, I'm going to be straight with you, and I'm going to be very honest with you. I was one of those businesswomen who had this high-flying career and thought I was the shizness and thought that I was a hotshot. I used to judge full-time moms for lacking ambition. I really did. I was an ignorant schmuck who thought that the stay-at-home mom was someone who just wanted to stay at home. So I look you in the eyes and I say, I ask you to forgive me. I'm one of those women who used to look down on the full-time mom. I was ignorant. We all have a past, and I have had lots of training, unintentional training, like many of you, who the training has not been right. The training has not been pure or noble. The training and the parenting, I have awesome parents, beautiful people, but they too had wrong training in life and have had hard lives. And I had a totally skewed view of the full-time mom. And the moms that I knew who had kids, they worked as well. So I didn't even know how they did it until, through my coach Danny, I became a full-time mom because she teaches how to live a life of priorities, which has totally changed my life. And I became a full-time mom, and I was on my knees often crying, literally crying, just saying, God, how do I do this? Because I have a beautiful, now a 9-year-old and a 2-year-old. They're totally different. I love them the same as I did before. But oh my gosh, now I've got full-time laundry and dishes and cleaning the house and cooking, learning how to run. It's a business, learning how to run a home on a budget with a menu, and homeschooling. I'm a homeschooling mom. Some of my friends who are not very around in my life anymore think that I've lost the plot and that I've gone crazy. But it's I understand it looks very different to the life that I used to live, and it's a blessed one. Anyway, so please forgive me for being one of those women who judge the full-time moms, because it is the most important job in the world. It is a presidential position, which is why I have invested not 1 but 2 but 3 webinars of an hour to an hour and a half each, some of them, just to invest in you, just to help you to get up and dress up and put your best foot forward, and just to help you become an influencer and a leader in your community of full-time moms, saying, actually, this is how we look. We've got some amazing stories. You need to go to the website, LindaPaige.com. Check out our stories. We've got Dana Grant. We've got Melissa Sykes, who I'll tell you about a bit more later. We've got Giovanna Owen. We've got Jill Kearns, who you'll meet tonight. You've got to go and check out the stories. They are powerful. But in terms of the full-time mom, and what we have been saying is this is a presidential position. So I've invested a lot of time and effort in going out there and creating practical examples of how you can be in a certain outfit at home, cleaning your house, and then if you nip out to the shops or to the supermarket, here's all you have to do to change that top and those shoes and look good walking out your front door. So if you've missed those posts, please go back to Facebook and you'll see a lot of those practical examples. We've done lots. And again, this is not restricted to full-time moms. We have had amazing non-moms getting in on the fabulous full-time mom campaign, and we've had grandmothers like Becky Ellis, my beautiful friend from the USA, who has started edifying other women, and her little granddaughter is starting to copy her and now compliments people wherever she goes. So your influence is profound, just profound. Okay, so on that note, I want to introduce you to someone very special. I did mention it before that I'm going to introduce you to someone by the name of Jill Kearns, a very special woman in my life who I met also through my coach, Danny. She lives in the USA. This is a full-time mom. And one of the things that I love about Jill is that she emailed me not too long ago. And Jill, I don't know if you're on here. If you are, I love you. But Jill emailed me and she said, Linda, I don't feel worthy of the fabulous full-time mom thing. And she didn't want to be highlighted. And this is the thing about the full-time mom, is those people with humility are the ones who are getting the results. What I love about Jill is that she knows this fabulous full-time mom campaign that we've been running is not a perfection parade at all. Oh my gosh. I had a beautiful new friend by the name of Samantha Bozer that I Skyped with yesterday or the day before. And she was saying, wow, Linda, I saw you at this event and so beautifully dressed and playing with your kids at lunchtime between the business seminar, and you look like you got it all together. Oh, hello. Hello. If you're a full-time mom and a part-time or full-time business owner, I still yell at my kids. I still have days where I think, what is going on? I am losing traction here. So this is not a perfection parade. This is beauty is an inside job. And if you want and you have the desire to get up and dress up and influence your environment, if you really care, then this is how you can use fashion and style to make the world a better place. You don't have to open up a global organization and start ethically trading with companies in India. You can get up every day and make the world a better place. And this edification program, this campaign we've had has been so powerful. We've had women crying in supermarkets when people have gone up and people have been on our webinar and said, hey, I just want to tell you, you look amazing. I love your blouse. There's been a blink, blink, and tears because she didn't hear a kind word for years. If you see a bold, beautiful, gorgeous woman dressed up, those women are typically women who do not get complimented a lot by other women. They may turn heads, but you know what they get? The beautiful women, they get looks of envy and jealousy from other women. So we've had stories come back as well when someone went up and complimented this stunning girl, and she was shocked. Her mouth dropped open. It was like, thank you. So we know the world needs kindness. We know we need encouragement. Okay, I'm going to flip right over. and show you a couple of pictures that I'm going to introduce you to Jill Kearns. All right. So meet Jill. I'm just going to move this thing out the way. How do I do that?
Kill the camera.
Yeah, let's kill the camera. So I'm just going to kill the camera and I want to show you Jill. Okay, you should just have in front of you right now this beautiful brunette in front of you. This is Jill Kearns. I met Jill at a leadership seminar, like I told you, which is First Step to Success, and we are going to our 21st event. That's what's connected us at the heart. So Jill is a full-time mom. She has an incredible background. She has got very, very professional business skills, but she is someone who chose to be a full-time mom to her kids. And when I met Jill and I thought about Jill, her striking qualities are first and foremost that she is a woman of faith. This is a woman who has a faith in God, who believes that He is who made her and that He has a plan for her, and that plan for her future is a good one. She is a committed and loyal wife. I'm going to read something out to you that I found about Jill some time ago. Jill is an awesome mom of 2 cute little boys, a highly competent businesswoman. She's gorgeous, as you can tell. She is ambitious but humble at the same time. That is so rare. And she's the kind of friend that you want in your life, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. But I want you to have a look at Jill's face, and I want to read what I found in terms of her results. She says, "Hi, my name is Jill Kearns, and I live in Chicago, Illinois. Prior to attending First Steps, that business seminar I told you about where we met, I had about $288,000 of debt, and I realized how selfish I had been. I went home and asked my husband for forgiveness for dishonoring him because I spent our money frivolously. So he came with me to the next First Steps to Success. We paid off $21,000 in 4 months. We are selling our home to downsize so that we can take more vacations, take our kids and live in a foreign country and help other people. That is what makes her a fabulous full-time mom. She has got her priorities in order. But I want to tell you, she didn't always look or feel that good. Jill has been through things that we have all been through. She has faced financial stress and strain of massive proportions, almost $300,000 of debt. She has faced body image issues. I know that she has faced looking in the mirror issues, and she has had to work on overcoming that. She has had time management issues like all of us, and I know that she is someone who applies Danny's time secrets, which is something that I do as well, a powerful time management program. And she actually has on Facebook a time secrets accountability group. So if you want to get hold of Jill Kearns and have a chat to her about that, this is your go-to person. She's had marital strain like many of us, marital issues that she works through on a regular basis and has overcome. I'm sure, and I know that she's had days where she's looked at herself as a mom and just said, I'm a failure, I'm not doing a good job, which is an absolute lie, because we are not doing that anymore. Part of our edification program is that we are saying, I am an awesome mom. I say 2 things to myself every day now. I'm an awesome mom, and I love my body. More on that just now. So do not let your challenges isolate you. Most women face the same issues, especially stay-at-home moms who might feel a bit more isolated because you don't go and work in a big organization where you see 100 or 500 people every day. You are not alone. This is a campaign we're running to connect and network with one another and build each other up, because LindaPaige is not another fashion business where we are going to be tearing down how bad people look and dressing them up. No, we are never to catch ourselves saying, oh my gosh, that looks hideous. What we do say rather is, wow, I love that color. Here's what I think that you could do with it. That's what I'm doing with the people that I'm working with. But what Jill did was she took action. This is what I like about this girl. She's a girl who understands that taking a decision and followed by action is what brings the results that she has wanted. So she has invested time and money in helping other people. She's invested in herself and others. This is Jill in the beautiful blue t-shirts at that business seminar I told you about in the USA, helping other girls to do something funky with those t-shirts so she can look good. She's done an incredible job on making over her self-image and her how she looks and feels about herself. She's just amazing. So what did Jill do in a nutshell? This is in a major nutshell. She prayed. This girl got with God, and she said, she asked him for help. I don't know her personal prayer life, but I can tell you right now that she prayed, and then she said, I will work with you, I will co-labor with you. And then she went to work. She knew that she could learn from others. She had the humility to become teachable. And although she's very, very good in so many areas, Jill decided, I'm going to become teachable. Because the people that she saw around her, like our coach, Danny Johnson, is one of the most teachable people that we know. So she's modeling her success. She invested time and money. So she invested her time in attending these free webinars. She invests her time, money, and effort in going to leadership training on a regular basis. I know that she attended a makeup workshop with someone by the name of Xtina, who has a business called XMH Beauty. Go and check out xmhbeauty.com. Another Danny Johnson success story of great proportions. This woman is a genius with makeup. She actually cut my hair not too long ago, and she is just also, she's a genius with scissors. Jill also invested the effort and went home and just got to work. She did her homework. She didn't have excuses. And here's a big one. Jill really decided to put her ambitions aside and to use her business skills to help others. Jill is the one who's responsible for designing the LindaPaige logo. I drew the picture, but she went to work at no cost whatsoever to me, and she put the whole thing together. So and not just in one format, in various formats for social media use and paper use and brochure and marketing use. There was, I tell you what, the woman knows how to work with someone like me who is pretty demanding sometimes, and my pace is fast, and I have high standards like she does, and so we went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. She was amazing to work with. And I also want to tell you about her sister. Right underneath here, you can see a company called, I'm just trying to see it, what is the company called?
Seco Design.
Okay, secodesign.com. There it is in front of you. I can't read it because the screen is half covered. But her sister has launched a business that you will find at the web address and on Facebook, an incredible little fashion business that is completely dedicated to helping people who are not in a position to help themselves, to do good in the world, to use our love for fashion and other people's desire for beautiful things to go and help. So please go and check them out. But this is what Jill did. So she invested in my business. She supports her sister's business. She doesn't charge things. I bet there's a lot of other things that she does for other people as well. And that's called sowing and reaping. The law of sowing and reaping is one that is powerful. It's been around from day one when there was Lash. So she's doing that really well. And she went out and edified other women. This is a massive part of our edification campaign. And the women who are doing this solidly and consistently and sincerely, these are the women who are getting massive, massive, massive results. Just incredible stories coming back. So Jill, I want to say thank you so much. Thank you for being real. Thank you for supporting LindaPaige. Thank you for encouraging us. Thank you for praying for us. Thank you for being honest and saying, oh my gosh, I had a crap day today. And then the next day, you still get up and dress up and look beautiful. We love you. And I've told Jill that when we open our boutique in Texas, we've got a magazine coming up, we've got an app coming out, we've got a boutique opening up, we've got a champagne club happening. There is a big vision. Jill Kearns is going to walk in for free. She will not have to pay for tickets where other people pay for them because she's been amazing. So thank you, Jill. All right, so moving on. Are going to answer the one question that I promised to answer for you when it came up in the last webinar, and this is from that gorgeous woman on the left there called Harriet. She lives in London in the UK. Hi, Harriet. And Harriet has asked about how you dress your body shape. Now, this is a very, very, very common fashion and style question. How do you dress your body shape? And Harriet says that she's a pear shape. Okay, so this is typically the pear shape in front of you. You will see what they say about the pear shape. Triangular shaped body, well-defined waist, narrow or sloping shoulders, bust and shoulders are proportionally narrower, your thighs and your butt may be full and rounded, and so on and so on. So thank you for your question, Harriet. That's awesome. I know you're going to be answering somebody else's question as well. Before we begin, I want to say a couple of things about in my ebook. If you haven't got it yet, please get the free ebook on LindaPaige.com on the homepage, and I talk about it in there a little bit. It is very smart, of course, to know your shape and to work well with it and to know what works for your color, for your shape, for your height, for your age. However, let me just move the screen out of the way. The whole dress your body shape thing is practical, but I find it personally and creatively very restrictive because what's out there, and I went and checked it out. What's out there is this is how a pear shape dresses, and it's pretty much the same wherever you go. So that depends very much on culture, and it depends very much on where you live, and it depends on the weather. All the body shape focused style experts out there are saying this is how you should dress, and I found that it's helpful maybe 20% of the time, but it's not personally or creatively expressive. So here's another reason. It takes you out of the equation. So I believe, and thank you that you have that you leave your religion at the door, because some people on this webinar are believers in God, some believe in crystals, some believe in nothing, and that's great. But I believe that we are made by God, and that every single one of us is unique. And I know you know that because you're not like anybody else, and neither am I. So dressing according to your shape takes you out of the equation. And you can't take you out of the equation. If you want to put your best foot forward, you have something that I don't have. You have something that your neighbor doesn't have. So when you focus when you create a foundation that is, this is my starting point, what's my shape, I find that it's restrictive. And if you, let me ask you, how many happy apples do you see walking around? Are they perky pear shapes out there saying, I love to be a pear shape, or I am a glorious apple? And no, you know who loves that is maybe those gorgeous hourglass shaped women are like, okay, I'm glad I got the hour shape. And then you get the stick things, and then you get the athletics, and then it's helpful to know how to work with your body, but I don't find it helpful to label you as a pear or an apple. So from a GEMS point of view, now you know that LindaPaige, if you've been with us since April and then May in our launch, that LindaPaige is pretty much advocating a style profile 100% based on a product called GEMS, which is a Danny Johnson registered and trademarked product that I discovered in the first year that I was with them, my first event, and it is a powerful, powerful personality and preference profiling tool. But I had a real aha moment the one day, like maybe 6, 7 events in, and look at what happens when you go to live events over and over and over again. In fact, I think it was it was about 9 months in, 10 months in. And so I had an aha moment going, hang on a second, this personality tool is a perfect style profile, because your personality is so 100% connected to how you dress. If you didn't know that, please go to LindaPaige.com, read how we explain the 4 different gems, and do yourself a favor. It is $79. Go to DannyJohnson.com, get gems, complete the thing, have a look at it, and you will know why you like to dress a certain way and why you don't. And as a bonus, you will know why you and your husband argue, and why maybe you can't motivate one child as you do easily motivate another. It's a powerful, powerful tool. So from a GEMS point of view, if we take the pear shape and we say, okay, well, if all pears must dress the same, then what we're saying in GEMS language is the sapphire, who's this beautiful, people, fun, motivated person, pear, should dress the same as an emerald, who is an orderly, structured, organized, fact and figure focused pear. So what they're saying is the pear should dress the same, and we're saying no. That has got nothing to do with you. It takes you out of the equation. That's just one reason why I don't like labeling people like fruit. It also focuses you to use somebody else's words, like I'm a pear, or I'm an apple, or so words carry life or death. The power of life or death is in the tongue. It's the same as saying, if you are someone who hates shopping, but you want to look good, well, guess what? If you say you hate shopping, you're going to hate shopping, and it's going to be a mission every single time you go. I've got beautiful friends who say, I hate shopping. I say, stop saying you hate shopping. You might become to enjoy it. Get some skills from us. Let us help you, and go shopping. Have your list. Come back. Voila. Then you find the stuff that you like, that you love. You feel good. It gives you confidence. But words carry power. I don't like calling people pears or apples. And it doesn't magnify or edify your original design. I believe that God made you, and He made you special and beautiful and unique. And if we reduce it down to focusing your style development, this whole new you that is coming out and transforming, if we base it on an apple or a pear shape, then I don't believe that it is edifying of your maker. I really don't. Anyway, with that in mind, however, here's a good example. Look at this woman. This woman's name is Carmen O'Quinn. It blows me away. She is not someone I know very well, but I know her from DannyJohnson.com events. She is a very successful, her and her husband, Jackie O'Quinn, are highly successful clients of 10, 12 years of DannyJohnson.com. They have got the most powerful, ridiculously crazy, successful story. DannyJohnson.com, go check it out. But let's look at the picture before, obviously, her transformation. Carmen struggled for a long time with her weight, and she recently won $100,000, yes, on a Beachbody challenge, which is something very, very popular in the USA. It's quite different here in Europe. There's not much of that, but it's slowly trickling in, which I think is fantastic. But this is a Beachbody challenge competition, and she worked her butt off, literally, this woman. She lost 161 pounds in, I think it was, a year, 12 or 13 months, if I remember reading her story correctly. Now, if I had to look at Carmen before her transformation and before her getting strong and fit, and her motivation, by the way, was pure. She wanted to be a better mom with energy so she could play with her kids. She wanted to honor her husband and be the best wife that she could be. Look at that motivation. It's so pure. But if I was working with her and I said, okay, well, let's look at your shape, it's kind of pear, right? Have a look at her shape. There is some, you can see there's some waist there, but there is, as they say with pear, there's wider butt and hips. Now, as a stylist, if I looked at that, I would give her very different advice, because look at the real Carmen. Because let's be honest, I'm going to say, might ruffle your feathers, and I'm okay with that. I'm not doing this to be popular. I'm doing this to have impact. Our shape right now is probably not how we were designed. I can tell you right now that my shape, the way that I use my floaty skinny blouses to cover my tummy, is not how I was designed. We have everything to do with how we look. And so it means that there is something else underneath that is waiting to come out. And her original design, look at it, it's absolutely stunning. Now, would a stylist look at the transformed Carmen without the excess weight and dress her differently? Of course. Of course. That's why the pear shape, apple shape, whatever shape, it's got like 5% relevance to me. It really doesn't have that much. Carmen, go and check out her story on Facebook. Go and find her, Carmen O'Quinn, check out photos. Go and congratulate. You've got to let her. This woman is so inspiring. So inspiring. Okay, so moving on. When it comes to the pear body shape, here's my take. Focus on your best bits. We've been saying since April that rather than focusing on what you don't like, which is self-critical, and we just are out of time for that. Focus on your best bits, okay? For example, I love to wear off-the-shoulder things. I love to wear halter necks. I love the whole cold shoulder style that's all over the place right now. I wear skinnies because in my eyes, my best bits are my neck, my shoulders, and my legs. My husband also likes my legs. My not-so-best bits are everything in between, so I dress according to that. So if you are a pear body shape, then focus on your best bits, and they will be a well-defined waist. I'm generalizing, there's going to be exceptions. But according to the pear body type, you're going to have a waist that needs to be pulled in. You usually have a slender neck and shoulder, so that's another area where you want to bring attention. Because if you have wider thighs and butt that you want or that you like, then you want to bring attention to the other places that are your best bits. And you often have a flat tummy. I see so many women who are typically pear-shaped with flat tummies, like, oh my gosh, you're blessed. Then there's so much that you can do with that. So let's focus on your best bits. And I went and did some research, Harriet, for you and anyone else who is a pear shape. I hate saying that, but okay. And here's what I put together to give you some practical examples. So in terms of hair and makeup, I'm going to just take me off the screen here. In terms of hair and makeup, that is an absolute foundational thing that you must do every day. Always have your hair and makeup done. It's a simple, staple, easy thing to create a habit out of. She has long, elegant earrings, okay? So that's going to create length, and it's going to draw the eye upwards, okay? The next thing that this woman here, who's got a very typical pear shape, is she has broadened her shoulders with what she's wearing so that it creates balance from the shoulders through to the hips. She has a structured and very tailored middle that shows her beautiful waist. And she's using a straight length dress that again creates balance in terms of width. So it's not small on top and wide at the bottom. There's balance here. It's bold, beautiful color, and one of my key style rules is quality over quantity. Look at one of our recent Facebook posts where I talk to you about what does that mean, what does it look like, and actually how does that translate to money. Here's some more examples. A little crop jacket like this can bring balance again to the top part of your body. Your tailored waist avoids a bulky look, so bring it in where you can with belts and with structure. Don't cover up. If you have broader hips and thighs and your butt area is broader, do not cover it up. It makes you look bigger. Block colors versus print does draw the eye in much quicker. I'm not saying you can't wear print, but block colors are so much easier if you have broad hips, broad butt, broad kind of pear-shaped features. So block and solid colors are easier. Here's a couple more examples I put together for you. Draw attention to your best bits, as we said. So broaden the top of your body by going for pleats, ruffles on the shoulders, shoulder pads come in. They're not fully back in like they were in the 80s, but shoulder pads and ruffles and pleats on the shoulders are very, very helpful. Bootleg pants are absolutely essential. Everyone should have bootleg jeans. This creates a longer, slimmer look for sure. A beautiful padded, tailored blazer is essential. I prefer a shorter one, but if you are pear-shaped and you go for a longer one, you just need some input as to how long that should be, because that could maximize the whole butt, thigh area already. But look at the beautiful tailored blazer. It's got a lot of detail on the shoulder. Have you tried Spanx? Spanx is not what it used to be 20 years ago. This awful, uncomfortable, really, it actually didn't help much at all. It's something that I'm going to look into more, actually, is just getting some comfortable Spanx. Go and check it out, Google it, and go and try some on, because that can really pull things in and keep it nice and neat, especially if you've got a wedding or a business event to go to. Use your hair to create height and balance out the shape. So your hair, especially if you're blessed with curly hair or big hair, that is part of your wardrobe. You want to use that to create balance on the top part of your body. These little crop jackets like this must come above your hemline, by the way. Do not wear jackets that are at your hip level. That's going to bring the eye down to the hip, and it's going to create width, which you don't want. Get your little crop jacket in 1 or 2 different colors. That's great for your shape. Look for feminine wrap blouses with a peplum effect. Okay, so this little one over here with ruffles and sleeves, but the peplum effect on the pear shape is really, really, really beautiful. Beautiful chunky earrings. They are a great balancing act for if you want to create balance for the top of your body, so that the top of your body matches the width of your bottom body. That's pretty much the overall outcome. Is you have 2 choices, right? Either you want to broaden the top part of your body, or you want to narrow the bottom part of your body. You can do both. Here's an example, okay? So look at this beautiful, cute, simple little peplum blouse. Simple cuts, simple lines, block colors, like I said. Those nude heels are an absolute capsule wardrobe staple. And it's just pretty, it's feminine. She's got her hair done. Look, she has almost no jewelry on. She's got great gold earrings and some bangles. That's all you need. If you are this shape, Harriet, thank you for this awesome question. You want to keep it simple. You want to keep it absolutely quality over quantity. I can't highlight that enough. Is that if you want to create a classic, beautiful, confident, well-dressed look, you've got to stop shopping only at thrift stores and charity stores. You have to stop getting 7 things for $35. You have to rather get 1 thing for $50, because that thing will last you longer. It will look better. It won't fade. And you will look like you know what you're doing. You'll feel better in it. Okay, so my best advice on this area is really, really important, and I'm going to close this down again, is you have to love your beautiful self, Harriet, and you are dressing up. I've seen you a couple of times at events. You're looking amazing, amazing. Harriet is getting married in not too long, so we're excited for you. But you have to start loving yourself. You got to stand. I've started doing this. Stand in front of the mirror. Doesn't matter how it makes you feel. And say, I love my body. I love my body. I love my body. The power of words will change how you think, change what you say, and it will change what you do and how you dress. So we've got a massive, massive I love my body campaign going on. I am one of 4 members in a secret little Facebook accountability group called I Love My Body, and we are holding each other accountable. We're being inspired lately by our coach and by people like Mary Howard. If you don't know Mary Howard's story yet, you've got to go to LindaPaige.com, find Mary Howard. She is a stunning girl who is just getting up and saying, I love my body, and I'm going to give it my best shot, and I'm going to get up and dress up and live up to the calling on my life. Mary is one of our favorite people. I love my body is something we're doing every day. And here is something, you'll see more about this on my LindaPaige page on Facebook, the zero zone. In my family, we have re-implemented something we did a year ago, and that is if you are caught criticizing anything or anyone and complaining about anything, you hit the deck and you do 5 push-ups. It is a zero tolerance zone for complaining or criticizing. Whether you say, oh, it's freezing cold, I'm so sick of this weather, hit the deck and do 5. My 9-year-old is doing it. Our 2-year-old is hitting the deck and copying us. We are holding each other accountable. So make a decision to have zero tolerance for self-criticism, criticism or complaining of anything. It's so powerful. So here's my last say on this. When it comes to your body, whether you're pear shape, apple shape, whatever shape you think that you are, I'm not just saying ditch that as a foundational thing, because I do believe that it can be unhelpful to look at your shape first. I think you need to have a look at your design first and think about how you were made. But love it or lose it, folks. You know, love or lose it. Do both. If you have weight to lose, I am on a health gain mission right now. I'm not focusing on weight loss. I'm focusing on health gain. I'm 44. I have a 2-year-old and a 9-year-old that keep me very busy. My 2-year-old keeps me very, very busy, very active. I cannot be tired anymore. I cannot run out of energy at 3 o'clock anymore. So I'm done with my own excuses. I'm back at gym and I'm going slow because my coach said to me, patient endurance, LindaPaige. I like to sprint. I'm not one for marathons. Let me say that again. I used to like to sprint. I now love marathons, so I'm doing things slow and steady, and I'm loving my body, and I'm going to lose the excess fat because, folks, here's the truth. People are dying out there. We are out of time. We are done hating ourselves, criticizing ourselves, loathing our bodies. We don't have that luxury anymore. Kids are dying. Children are trafficked every 30 seconds. It's not a world that we can be so self-focused anymore because that's pride. And yes, we face these challenges, but you know what? When we band together like we are and we come together for the greater good and we chase something that is pure and good and noble and praiseworthy, then you will make a difference in the world, and you will raise up your daughters and sons, speaking life over their bodies and of their friends and their spouses' bodies. This is the influence that we have, especially the fabulous full-time mom. So love it or lose it. Either way, do both or get. My coach says this as well. You are a product of your environment. Look at your 5 closest friends. That's who you are. And she's so right. So are you surrounded by people who are challenging you, encouraging you toward your goals? Or are there people who are gossiping and just saying, oh, my husband and I had a fight again and he's such a schmuck? I used to do that. I did. I thought venting a little bit was okay. It's not. It's not okay. With God, it's not okay. It's not honoring. So we're out of time with hating ourselves and criticizing ourselves. Join us on this edification program. Our vision is that women all over the world are dressed beautifully, that they love themselves and love others. That's what we're doing. Okay, ending off over here with the 4 closet secrets that we keep on talking to you about. This is very much based on the GEMS program. You want to be confident with your wardrobe because I'm not going to talk into GEMS right now. We're going to do that another time again, but you have to be confident. Make a decision. Doesn't matter how you feel. Just say, I'm going to get up and dress up. I'm going to look good today, and watch the compliments roll in. Number 2, you have to have fun. All right, you've got to have fun with it, play around with it, try those new accessories, try new colors. You'll be amazed how easy it is. Number 3, you have to dress to connect. Wardrobe is such a powerful connector. It's such a powerful communication tool. And if you are like these beautiful women in front of me here, Eliana and my gorgeous friend, Julia, if you are blessed with external beauty, then that comes with a purpose and a responsibility. So you want to dress to connect with others and use that to connect with others. And finally, you want to get organized. You want to cull. We've got a video post coming out very soon about here's how you cull your wardrobe in preparation for our October 2-hour capsule wardrobe workshop that is not going to be recorded, by the way. You want to put it into your diary. I'll give you the date in a minute, but in October, it is not going to be recorded. You want to cull and you want to budget. War on debt is the way to go. It's what made me a rehabilitated shopaholic, debt-free, and to enjoy my shopping guilt-free without hassle. So top tips and next steps is where we're going to go, okay? So let me get back to here. So top tips and next steps. So Harriet's question, thank you so much for that, Harriet. How do I get rid of this? Is it off? Okay,
Yeah.
great. So I'm sweating like a piglet in here. Harriet's question, thank you so much, Harriet. Okay, so if you haven't got the ebook yet, do yourself a favor. It's free. Go and check it out. I'd love your feedback. Really would like your feedback. Go on to LindaPaige.com. It talks about why beauty is an inside job. And we're doing this differently. And we're banding together differently with like-minded women who are already making a massive impact in the world. Make a wise purchase. Go to DannyJohnson.com and get 2 things. If you want to put an end to lacking confidence in how you dress, to not being frustrated anymore, or not to go to your closet and say, I have nothing to wear. If you want to start dressing up with confidence, knowing what looks good on you, knowing what's going to honor your family budget or your personal budget, then do yourself a favor, what I did. Go to DannyJohnson.com and get 2 products. War on Debt will help you to understand what a fun budget is, to take the guilt out of shopping and put the fun into shopping. It transformed my life completely, and I'm debt-free as a result of that. And get Gems. The whole LindaPaige style profile is based on Gems, which is a copyrighted product of DannyJohnson.com. It is the most powerful, simplest style tool out there. If there's so many style experts out there, why are women still confused on how to dress? This is going to help you. And I have something exciting to tell you in a minute about what that is going to be doing. So attack your wardrobe, okay? So use us while we're free for a whole year. Send me questions, send me pictures, ask me your questions, get onto the webinar, share the webinar, and let's just interact and let's connect and don't be shy to hold back. But we are doing this for free until April 2017. So make the most of that. If in doubt, go without. If you are shopping and you're looking at getting new things and you've been with us doing the webinars and you're doing some research and you're doing the homework, if in doubt, go without is one of my shopping policies. If you think it looks good but you're not sure what you'll wear, don't get it. Don't get it, because it must be a good, beautiful, no-brainer that you're going to wear this thing often. It must fit, okay? You know what a muffin top is? Is when you have to lie on your bed and pull that zipper of your jeans up, and then you get up, you're going to have, doesn't matter how skinny you are, you're going to have a little muffin top up over the waistband of your jeans. So don't go and buy for when you lose weight, because I know you've done that before, and you haven't worn it yet. Or you're not buying because you are not the weight that you want to be. Buy for what the weight is that you are now. Love your body. Bless your body. Your body might have, like mine, your body is powerful. It regenerates and it re-energizes itself so powerfully. Your body might have birthed babies. I've given birth to a 10-pound 10 and a 9.8. Thank you. I received that accolade, that trophy. My body has run miles. My body has run short races to raise charity money. My body has done so many things. I'm not going to slate my body anymore. So love your body. Dress your body up. Go and make it beautiful. If you're not sure about color, again, there is a kind of like a foundational color base that I often tell women to try is use black, gray, and navy as a bit of a foundation to how you dress. And then from there, if you're not comfortable in adding a lot of color yet, use as foundation pants, blouses, jackets, whatever, these dark baseline colors, and then add white, add orange, or add red, or add your green. But the baseline foundational colors are very easy to work with. Some more top tips. Remember that your best bits is what you must focus on. So if you're short and round, you create long vertical lines. If you are tall and skinny, you want to create width with nice, beautiful, broad belts. You want to create width with off-the-shoulder blouses. You want to create width with maybe bootleg pants or bootleg trousers and jeans. And the other top tip I'm going to give you is you have got to go for a bra fitting if you've not done it before. So you need some very basic. I had a boob job, but not the kind that goes up. I had a breast reduction 2000, so 16 years ago. It's one of the best things I ever did. Am I saying you should go for a breast reduction? No. I'm just saying for me, my sister also had one of my sisters. It was one of the best things. We come from a long line of busty, wide-hipped Scottish women. We got that inheritance of the DNA, and I had had a breast reduction. I was shocked and horrified and not happy when I went for a bra fitting to find out what my size is. I wear 32E. I was not happy with that. But the woman said to me, get over it. It's just a number. It's just a digit. She said your age, your bra size, your shoes, it's just a number. So work with it. I'm like, That's very good advice. That was about 12 years ago. So work with it, and you have to get a black bra, a nude bra. You must have a strapless bra. If you're not sure what you need, go and have it. Let me know. Email me, linda@lindapaige.com. I will help you, because bras can be challenging to find, and when you find the right one, I have found that Fantasy with an IE instead of a Y is a great brand. You find them at Victoria's Secret all over in most shops. And the minimizer, if you want to minimize that cleavage sometimes, then Fantasy is a great brand. So shapewear, we've spoken about. Spanx, try that if you want to. Implement the zero zone, give it a go. Talk to me if you want to ask me questions about it. It's creating such powerful results in our home. It impacts every area of your life. And I've got something to show you. We've got about 5 minutes left. So I told you earlier in the webinar that I'm going to tell you about a woman by the name of Melissa Sykes. I think and hope that Melissa is online. We launched our business in May, just a couple of months ago, but in April we ran our first webinar. And I prayed, and I said, Lord, bring the women who are serious about results. Bring the women who I really need to invest in. Bring the women who are going to do what it takes to get the results. Now have a look at this. This is crazy. Melissa is a full-time mom. This is a woman with professional skills in her background, but she went through 3 years of feeling isolated and depressed and dressing, in her own words, frumpy in her yoga pants, no makeup, hair in a messy bun. And she basically headed home for 3 years and she started having kids. She went through kind of a rough time, having a look at herself and saying, I deserve to get up and dress up and look beautiful. So Melissa was on our webinar in April, and we ran and launched our edification campaign. And I put a competition out there, and we said that there was certain homework to be done in terms of going to edify women and email back homework. There was a lot going on. And the prize for the first winner was a personalized, customized lookbook that we've never done before. And there was limitless image consultations with me via Skype, via email, via whatever, with helping the winner to color her wardrobe, find her unique style, create a list for what must be on the capsule wardrobe, and with her fund budget, starting to go and get those items. So Melissa, if you are online, then this is the lookbook that is coming your way. I will be bringing this personally by hand with me and my suitcase to San Diego. I hope you're going to be there. Hope your husband will be there at least. And basically what I did for Melissa, and I'm showing you this for a reason, but what I did for Melissa, I don't know if you can see that, is this is 100% entirely customized to her, based on her style, based on her personal profile, based on the fact that she needs date night outfits, she needs full-time mom outfits, she needs business outfits. We created a whole lookbook very much based on what kind of thing that she needs to wear. Also inspirational ideas of, anyway, so this glossy, beautiful book is what Melissa won for herself. Now, one of the exciting announcements is I have started working on a LindaPaige lookbook that is going to be a one-stop kind of dashboard view of what the 4 styles are out there. I'd like to ask you this question. I want to serve your needs. I mean, I have an idea of what should go in there, but I don't want to assume. I want to serve your needs. Please email me, linda@lindapaige.com, and let me know what you would like to see in a style book. If all the style secrets were in one book, and you bought that knowing was going to help you to become a beautifully dressed, confident woman, then what do you want to see in there? Is it more about body shape? Is it about how do you dress on a budget? Is it about capsule wardrobe? What is it that you would like to see in there? Is it about, can I wear stripes? Is it about color? Is it about dressing for your age? Because we have beautiful women like Frida Lautner. Thank you, Frida. I hope you're online. Who is older, I think plus 50, and she still wants to get up and dress up and look beautiful, and that's amazing. It's absolutely awesome. Please email me, and the people who take the time to do this are the people who are going to see in this lookbook, which will be launched at an event next year. You will find your information, your answers in that book, and it's going to go all over the world. So that's the lookbook. And by the way, just so that you know, here's what can happen when you go to work with getting results. Is Melissa joined our webinar in April, and she did not have any plans or ideas of what she was going to do. But as a result of, first she prayed and said, God, this is what I need your help. and I'm going to go to work with you. I will make the time and I'll put the effort in. She went and did the homework. She worked hard. She was diligent. She was excellent. She culled the wardrobe. She did everything. She won the competition. And listen to this. Just a few months after working with us here at LindaPaige, Melissa has launched her own fashion business. It's called Simply Captivating. Please go and find her on Facebook. So I haven't seen her range of clothing. I'm sure it's beautiful, but I'm so beyond blessed by the fact that I get to work with women like this. She did not plan to open a fashion boutique, but look at what can happen if you go to work and you are serious about getting results. So she has her own fashion boutique called Simply Captivating. Please go and find it on Facebook. Support her. She is a trustworthy woman. She has high standards of excellence and diligence and professionalism. So please go and find her. Congratulations, Melissa. So proud of you. So chuffed with you, and I'm so blessed to work with you. You're amazing. Okay, we are at the hour. So there's a couple of more things that I want to mention with you. I want to give you a heads up on the competition that I mentioned before. Please do sign up on our website on the homepage, LindaPaige.com. Get the ebook, but then you'll also get regular emails that other people are not getting with sneak previews of certain things going on. And then do make sure that you check out our Facebook dailies as well. This is something you have to put into your diary. I'm going to slow down right here. Please have a pen and paper in your hand. I am sweating like a dog. Don't know if you can see it. On the 4th of September, we are having the final part of the Fabulous Full-Time Mom. And I'm going to introduce you to someone very, very special. Giovanna Owen is a woman whose story you do not want to miss. This will move you to tears. It will move you to action. You will be moved right out of your chair. On the 4th of September, if you have any friends in your life who need encouragement, who need to see that maybe their situation is not as bad as they think, but who need upliftment, please would you get them registered for our final Fabulous Full-Time Mom webinar. It's not just for moms, as you know. Women all over the place, all over the world, who are not moms, have been getting amazing results. You will not want to miss Giovanna's story. It will rock your world. On the 2nd of October, the next thing to get registered for is our capsule wardrobe workshop. We've been building up to this. It's a 2-hour session. I'm going to give you exactly what you should have in your wardrobe. You may find that you have half of those items already. You just don't know how to wear them. And so we're going to be giving you that list, telling you, giving you ideas, and be very specific. This will not be recorded. Okay? This event is not going to be recorded. It's only for those who attend that webinar. Go to LindaPaige.com, and the bottom left of the homepage you'll see a big pink tab that says exclusive events. Hit that, and then you can register for those events. There is, I'm not going to tell you too much about it now. I know we're out of time. But just yesterday, my handsome husband and I have been brainstorming our very first live event that we are going to be hosting in London, in the UK, probably around about May or June 2017. I'm telling you about this because you may just decide to fly from wherever you are and join us. You may just be one of the women we want to get on stage and have tell your powerful transformation story. You may be someone with a business that's very affiliated to fashion, and you may want to be a sponsor there. We're taking applications from sponsors who want to promote their business there. We're interviewing sponsors. So we have high standards for who we work with here. You know, when it comes to competitions and working with people, yes, of course, it's good that LindaPaige on Facebook gets lots of likes and lots, but I want to tell you what my motivation is. I want to work with people of a like-minded spirit. I want the world to become a beautifully dressed place. I want women to be loving themselves and loving one another. And so when it comes to choosing who we work with, we have to maintain high standards, and we are blessed that we are surrounded by makeup artists and stylists and fashion gurus and jewelry owners. It's incredible. But with their sponsorship opportunities there, we're going to be launching the Champagne Club. We're going to be launching a DVD, a lookbook product. This is something that you want to look out for, and I want to give you a heads up because if you want to be involved in any way, we are also going to be inviting volunteers to work on that exciting event. And I'm going to be smart. I'm just going to model my coach and mentor, Danny, how she does things. I used to do a lot of event management in the past, but I've learned a couple of things from Danny that are powerful and so inspiring. And so if you want to be a part of that, email me at linda@lindapaige.com. And if for any reason I don't get your message, please always copy Crystal, CHRISTEL at LindaPaige.com. I've told you about Crystal, a ridiculously amazing, beautiful young woman who has worked and lived in my home for the last year, just about. She joined us in October last year, and she is marketing assistant to our corporate business and to LindaPaige. This is a teachable, honorable, trustworthy, loving woman who I look at every day and go, gosh, I need to be more like that. She is, in James Talk, she is a sapphire pearl. She loves people. She's got a great sense of humor. She is servant-hearted. That girl is a leader. And she is getting up and dressing up and living up to the calling on her life. So you, if you haven't yet, you want to connect with Crystal. Okay, so that is, now, the competition that I told you that I would give you a heads up on. If you need to leave, I understand the hour is up, but we are almost done. So if you want to be with us, that's great. The competition is called A True Beauty. I'm looking for the true beauty among us. And I'm doing something that I've never done before. Like I told you earlier, I'm going to give away my fund budget, which it took me 3 years with coaching with my mentor on a daily basis for me to part with my money. And I actually feel really excited about doing it. So there is going to be, I'm going to tell you what the 3 things are. You want to take pen to paper right now. You're getting this ahead of the post that's coming out this week. You can start on this so long. So there are 3 things you're going to need to do. And please think about the women in your life, the friends in your life, who need encouragement, who need upliftment. Go to LindaPaige on Facebook, look for the invite friends, and invite them from there. Get them in on the action. Let them be blessed by making an effort, because the sowing and reaping principle is going to be powerful here. So you can win £100, which is about $130, I think. Either you can get it in cash, or you can send me shopping for you in London, which in my experience, having traveled a lot of countries in the world, is the fashion capital of the world. Milan doesn't come close. New York doesn't come close. New York is my second favorite city. But London is the fashion capital of the world for various reasons. And I could go shopping for you and buy you something unique and special just for you. We would have a Skype conversation, and I will go and get something for you on my fund budget and get it to you at your home. So to do that, here are the 3 quick steps. Don't miss it. Number 1, you're going to have to, for 7 days, 22 August it begins, 28 August it finishes. Number 1, you're going to have to go out and edify a minimum of 3 women per day. Go up to them, compliment them, make them feel loved 3 times minimum day. Number 2, we want to know, how did you love your body today? You could have, there's various ways of doing that. We'll talk about that later. Number 3, you're going to post a picture of you dressed up every day. You're going to post that on our Facebook page. So 1, you're going to go out and edify at least 3 women. 2, how did you love your body today? 3, you've got to post a picture of you dressed up looking beautiful. That's going to be a post daily by you on our Facebook page on LindaPaige across 7 days. And someone said recently, a lot of people will drop off because it's a long time. Yes, exactly. The people who are not genuine about it, the people who want the money but don't want to do the edifying and focus on the right things, the true beauty among us is beauty is an inside job. And that's what I'm looking for, is who's that true beauty, who's deserving of my fund budget that I'm happy to part with. You're going to be doing that for 7 days. Okay, we're going to launch that competition soon on Facebook. And get your friends in. Yes, it's great, like I said, if we get lots of likes to our page. But my motivation, rather, is that we build each other up and that we edify women every single day out there. Okay, we are almost done. There is going to be a recording of this webinar on YouTube. The last 2, I think, are on there as well. So if you've missed the last couple, go to our YouTube LindaPaige account and find the recordings if you want to catch up. There's a lot of good information there. But the October workshop, the capsule wardrobe, is not going to be recorded. Share the recording on your page, send it the link to your friends, let them be blessed as well. And I'm going to end here, folks. I'm going to, as promised, I have spent time gathering the opinions of 6 or 7 or 8 men whose opinion we respect between the ages of 20 and 50-ish. And I've said to them, what do you want to see when women get dressed up? What do you like and what don't you like about how women dress? So whether you're married and you need to make a better effort to honor your husband and how you look, if you are single, Crystal, and you want to be married one day and you want to learn how to dress better and put your best foot forward, if you are engaged and you want to become that beautiful Proverbs 31 wife that puts her best foot forward every day, then listen to what the men have to say. It's very interesting that this broad range of early 20s to almost 50 listen to what they're all saying. It's very interesting. They have a similar message. So I'm going to sign out right here. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for giving your time on this Sunday. You bless me so much. You make it possible for me to do what I do, and it's a privilege. And my handsome husband is hiding. He can come over here and say hi and bye. This is my Tiki.
Hello, and it's a pleasure being here. Anyway.
So Jan is going to press play on, I think it's 2 or 3, maybe 4 minutes long, on what the men want. Thank you. Goodbye.
I just want to let all you ladies know that when my wife spends an extra little bit of time taking care of herself and getting dressed up, it really makes me feel honored and respected, because she wants to look good for herself, for me, and for those around us. And that's just awesome.
The way that I like to see a woman dress is when she knows how beautiful she is. When she does that, she treats herself as though she's exclusive. She respects herself, but she also shows, she dresses up nicely and she shows that she is beautiful. The way I don't like to see a woman dress is when she's dressed inappropriately, in a way that she's trying to get somebody's attention, and it's quite clear by exposing her body. To me, that just says that she doesn't have the confidence that she really should, and it just shows a deeper problem than just looks.
What is attractive to me is someone that put time, energy, and effort into their appearance to look well. So what's not attractive? Let me tell you this story. I ran into a woman that had a shirt that said hair in a bun, yoga pants, no makeup, lazy and proud of it, and she sure looked proud of it. Now it's not appealing in any way whatsoever.
What I don't like mixed match colors. I don't like, baggy clothes. I personally like bright colors. I don't like drab colors. And so for me, Melissa's been wearing a lot more colorful clothing, matches. It looks really, really nice on her. Plus, it's form-fitting. I hate when clothes are not form-fitting to women. I think that whatever they wear, it should be appealing to their specific body type. And so for Miss Melissa, I always, when I first met her, I loved her butt and I loved her legs. And so those are the things that I really like seeing her accentuate. So I really appreciated you helping her do that.
Personally, I like to see a woman who is stylish, who is well dressed, that is dressed to enhance her character and her beauty. Accessories, not too many, again, that's used to enhance the outfit and the beauty. The makeup, again, that is natural, it's used to enhance the beauty within. What I personally don't like to see is degrading and revealing clothes on a woman. Too many accessories, too much makeup. For example, if it requires a hammer and a chisel to be removed, it's too much. The clothes and the style should be used to enhance the beauty and the character within.
What I love about women dressing up is that when my wife is walking next to me and she's looking amazing, it makes me look good. When I have this stunning woman by my side, it just shows that you care about how you present yourself to the world and how you present your family to the world. I just think it's amazing when women put in the effort to look their best. The one thing that makes me uncomfortable is sometimes when I see women, maybe just, when everything's hanging out, sometimes it can be a little bit uncomfortable, particularly when you're in company, when you're in environments where, there's family and youngsters and kids around, etc. So that's the one thing that sometimes creates a little bit of discomfort.
What I love about how women dress is how they carry themselves, how they exude beauty, how they combine the clothing, the makeup, the hair, everything, that it all fits together and it all is like a total perfect plan. I remember my wife, when we first met, she was a little bit a tomboy, not really, but like half a tomboy. And when I look at her now, the way she dresses, the way she carries herself, it just explodes my heart. I love it to see the inner beauty comes out in an outer look, so to say. For me, that's just awesome. What I dislike about how women dress is when they don't have creativity, when they don't have care for themselves and how they dress, when their outfit, the whole appearance is dull, it's gray, it's dead. For me, that is an absolute style abomination.